Today we're doing the 6th, the 20 and 20 casual edition. I thought this was actually an exit I could take. We're gonna have to exit in the 5th. I picked this stop as a starting point because it's in the 6th, but it's also one of my favorite little squares from my past. Great spot to see Notre Dame from across the river. It also has a lot of stories in and of its own right for me. Like I said, it's a good one. And one I used to take all the time just for the view before, I started getting more concerned with getting across town faster. The thing is, from here, we're technically, I think, still in the 1st, you're on the island. And from that corner, you're in the 5th. But if we just go over this way a little bit, the square is in the 6th. Part of the reason I was gonna skip this is because the fountain is still under repair, as it has been for a really long time, so nobody really wants to see that. But it's a really fun exit on RERC if you want to come up and see Notre Dame in all its splendor. Saint-Michel, Notre Dame. Hit that up. Like I'm gonna hit up coffee. I think I might have been a little bit overly optimistic on how much I would need sunglasses today. I feel like the 6th is the darling of the left bank. This is the area that most people probably think of when they think of the left bank. Saint-Germain-des-Prés, some great shopping, a little bit of the student life overflow here. Very touristy down in the Saint-Michel area. There's some spots down here that are absolute tourist traps, but that's okay. I remember falling into those tourist traps back when I first moved here, not knowing where to go. And I lived here, but I was just exploring by feel. I would just show up and wander. And that's how I've ultimately explored the whole city. And when you start, it's like, well, where am I gonna go? Notre Dame, clearly. And slowly made my way out from there, slowly found more things. But that's why this area in particular feels like really nostalgic for me personally, because I spent a lot of time down here, 13 years ago when I first lived here, 14 years ago now, which is kind of crazy. There are a lot of really lovely early expat memories before I would end up converting into an immigrant and actually moving here. But it was a part of that process of reaffirming the love that I had for the city and eventually diving in to live here forever, which is very likely what's going to happen. At least I can't imagine living anywhere else. I wouldn't want to. Speaking of a little bit of personal history, this is a stop that we used to make when I was a bike tour guide, which is a lot of fun. There's this passage right here, the Passage du Commerce, I believe, where the Pro-Cup Cafe is, where they introduced coffee to Paris a long time ago. Not sure that I'd recommend you go there for the coffee, but it's part of the history. And the guy that I ended up learning a lot about being a tour guide with is gonna ruin the shot right now.
Is that Jay Swanson?
With his beautiful face. That was a perfect stop. Hi.
Sorry.
There's a store here that we used to stop at all the time. That was literally a store dedicated to fidget spinners. That puts it back in perspective. Do you remember those? Do you still have one? The cafe is like a classic spot to go get coffee if you spot them around town. They don't have a ton of food. The brownie we just had was really good, but they roast a really mean bean. Terre de Cafe, good coffee. I'm gonna pop into the Apple store to tell you a little bit of a story. Dude, this is so hearty. They do feel really nice. So I just tried out Patron's. I was testing one of his old ones to see if maybe I would like to have an Apple Watch. It's been something that I've thought about getting for a while. I've had smartwatches for forever. This is actually a smartwatch. But the reason that I've been thinking about getting the Apple Watch more than anything has been because it's got a couple of little features that might help me with the creation of videos specifically. And I tried that out last night and it was super cool. But I won't be getting one today. The problem is the IRS exists. And if you're asking yourself, don't you get taxed in France? The answer is yes. Yes, I do.
It's quite the bargain.
Never stop touching you.
Please don't. That said, I figured I'd at least come try and see how they fit and so forth, because I did try Patron's. It was about this size. It's a little bit too small. I think in the past I would have just kind of given up and walked away. I'd have been like, you know what?
I don't deserve something nice, blah, blah, blah.
But I do. I can treat myself, right? Occasionally. Yeah. I don't know. I've had this watch for 6 years. I think it's time to upgrade. Once I've sorted things out with the IRS. So I was going to say that you've got some exciting news to share, but I don't think we're allowed to share it yet. So you're going to have to go on tour with Mark if you want. If you're into scooters, I'm not personally a scooter person, but a lot of people are. And if you're going to do the scooter, you got to do this. And I am into Mark. If I'm into anything, this is the guy that taught me everything I needed to know about Versailles. So if you want a good tour, you want to get taken care of, and you want to find out what he's got cooking, I'll leave a link below. Anyway, next stop, outside of me feeling sorry for myself in the Apple Store, Saint-Sulpice. Saint-Sulpice is one of my favorite overlooked churches in Paris. Everybody goes to Saint-Germain-des-Prés. I went to recently, if you'd like to go back. I forget when, but got some good photos from my guide. This spot has one of my favorite fountains in the city and some really interesting history that saved it from the revolution when they were tearing churches down, because it has a meridian line in it that they use for the solstice, and they basically were like, it's science, and so they kept it as one of the temples of reason. So now we still have it. Church. This is a fun secret that Fiona just let us in on. What's going on?
So, I mean, it was like 2 or 3 years ago we did a scavenger hunt around the city, and I guess it's still there, but there's a little button you could press in the confession booth and you reveals a little clue. Okay, the button is there.
Oh, it's not very discreet.
Well, it is when it's dark, yeah. Secrets of the Da Vinci Code.
Friends we made along the
That organ is actually kind of epic. Wow, I haven't seen that in a while. It's nice to go. I haven't been in this church in 3 or 4 years. Every time I've come by, I've done stuff outside, and it is beautiful. The stonework in there is so cool, and it does make you look up. And the farthest end, there's this incredible dome that has a bit of a parallax effect. Very beautifully painted. It's Mark's favorite spot. There is a free public toilet in the northwest corner of the Luxembourg Gardens, which, if you need to pee and you're in the area, it's great to remember and to pop in, which is what we just did, right behind the Museum of the Senate, where we walked in. And now we can go find the chessboards, because Mark's been playing a lot of chess and he wants to see where the pros play. There's also a Statue of Liberty in here, if you ever wanted to find all the statues of Liberty in Paris, but I'll leave that to your imagination. From here, we're gonna go have lunch at a Chinese restaurant that's been on my list for a very long time, and we'll let you know what I think after the fact. This one's just for solo games. Is this guy just like waiting for an opponent?
Maybe.
He's warming up, yeah. He's like just waiting for somebody to challenge him.
That's how you
Dead Christmas trees everywhere. Definitely a theme in this 20 and 20 is dead Christmas trees. They smell great though. So I guess each park has its own name. On this side, it's Jardin des Grands Explorateurs. So the garden of the big explorers, which is us. This one's great because it has a really cool fountain at the end and provides some good sightlines for photos.
That is
But
quite the matter.
we're going straight to the sound bites in this video. Lunch is just around the corner. So if you make it all the way to the end of Jardin de Luxembourg, which you should definitely check this out because it's not technically the same garden. Lunch. And thanks to today's patron producer, Noah AC, for sending us out to enjoy a little bit of the left bank in style. Diamond Rose, that was incredible. We all said we would travel for that.
Well.
Woo, roll us out of here. Oh my God, that was so good.